What is going on, everybody? It is me again, it's HorrorFan34, and welcome back to another video. And I guess welcome to another collection and discussion video. We're doing quite a few episodes of this series alone. I still want to get to the other alphabetical order DVD collection things I've been doing in response to Julie and things like that. I'm going to get to those eventually, but I've just been busy catching up on shows on demand and things like that. So I've been binge watching a lot of stuff on demand, just keeping busy. But I figured I'd do another collection and discussion video for you guys, and I figured this one will be on a person that I really do enjoy as a person and a director, and that's Kevin Smith. Me and my buddy Alex, Alex 2.0, who does the Movie Busters with me, with Rob and Dan, me and him are like extreme big fans of Kevin Smith. I mean, we were chatting last night, just going back and forth, quoting Kevin Smith films and things like that, making fun of one another and things like that, talking about Dogma and things like that. So I figured and it kind of got me into the mood of showing my entire Kevin Smith collection. And I have a lot of his stuff that I want to get to. So I figured I'd talk about like the stuff that I own and the features and things like that. So hope you guys enjoyed this collection and discussion series of Kevin Smith. So here we go. So of course the first I have, there's still a few things of his I want to get, but this is all the stuff I have as of right now. But Clerks, the first film he ever directed. This is the Clerks X DVD, which is the 10th anniversary. It's a 3-disc version, which I think is out of print as well. I know my buddy Alex recently just ordered this, and he also ordered the special edition of Dogma, which I'll show in a little bit, which is also out of print. But, I mean, this has 3-disc version, tons of stuff on here, great movie. I'll save more when I do a Kevin Smith marathon, but talking about the DVDs themselves. But I'll tell you what, Kevin Smith's DVDs are worth getting because he puts a lot of features on these, and the commentaries on here are some of the best commentaries you can ask for. They're up there for me with like John Carpenter and Kurt Russell commentaries. Like, these are some of the best commentaries that you can ever get, and they're always a load of fun to listen to, even more than one time. They're so entertaining. But the first disc is the theatrical cut, which has the commentary back then from '95 with Kevin Smith, Scott Mosier, Jason Mewes, Brian O'Halloran, and others. The Lost Scene, The Flying Car, MTV spots, trailer, music video, original Clerks auditions, and disc 2 is the first cut of the film where it had the more darker ending with Dante being shot and killed at the very end, which I can see why they changed the ending to that one. But that one has a brand new commentary with audio and video commentary with Kevin Smith, Brian O'Halloran, Jeff Anderson, Scott Mosier, and Jason Mewes. And disc 3 is the Snowball Effect, which is the story of Clerks, a very good documentary on the making of the movie. Tons of stuff on here. I want to get the Blu-ray of this because the Blu-ray does have all the features from this, and it also has the making of Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back on it. So I want to get that at some point, but that's Clerks X DVD. Great DVD. Then Mallrats. This is the older collector's edition series from Universal. I know there's a 10th anniversary of this that I want to get at some point on Blu-ray, because I think that has a brand new making of documentary, a little bit of a Q&A and things like that. But this is a really good DVD to have too, because it has over an hour of deleted scenes, live footage from the feature commentary session, which is pretty cool. We get to see them doing the commentary, and the commentary on here is a lot of fun. It has Kevin Smith, Ben Affleck, Jason Lee, Jason Mewes, Scott Mosier, and Vincent Pereira. Very fun audio commentary. You have a featurette on here, trailers, things like that. But Mallrats, definitely another great movie for Kevin Smith. Then the next one he did was Chasing Amy. Now, Chasing Amy, definitely way more different than Clerks and Mallrats. This is more of a romantic drama, but with a little bit of comedy sprinkled in there. But it's a great movie, very well-written dialogue. And this DVD is great, too, because this is out on Blu-ray as well, but the Blu-ray doesn't have any of these features because this is the Criterion version, so Criterion has the rights to these features that they couldn't put on the Blu-ray. But I want to get the Blu-ray because that one has a brand new documentary on the making of Chasing Amy, and it also has a brand new commentary with Kevin Smith and Scott Mosier, and it also has a little bit of an interaction or interview between Kevin Smith and Joey Lauren Adams. This DVD is worth having because of the commentary on here with Kevin Smith, Scott Mosier, Ben Affleck and Jason Mewes, Robert Hogg, John Gordon, and Vincent Pereira. That commentary is so fun to listen to, especially Kevin Smith and Ben Affleck together, then just ribbing on one another. It's pretty damn funny. A lot of other good features on here, but great DVD, Chasing Amy. Definitely one of Kevin Smith's best films. Now we get on to this one that I just mentioned, Dogma. This is the 2-disc special edition that's out of print. I'd probably say my third favorite Kevin Smith film. My second favorite is Mallrats, and then Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back is my favorite. No, wait a minute. No. Clerks is my third favorite. So my top 5 would be Clerks 2, Dogma, Clerks, Mallrats, and Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. They're my top 5 favorites. Dogma, another great movie. This was sort of a passion project for Kevin Smith. Even though this is a over 2-hour movie, it's a very entertaining movie. Once again, great DVD. Has 2 commentaries. One's a technical one with Kevin Smith and some members of the crew, but the other commentary is a load of fun where you have Ben Affleck, Jason Mewes, Jason Lee, Kevin Smith, and a lot of others on the commentary. Load of fun. You have over 100 minutes of deleted scenes, which are some of the like when you think of like deleted scenes, like some of the deleted scenes on DVDs are not really, they're kind of just I can see why they were cut, but some of these deleted scenes though, I can definitely see them putting back in, because there's one where Jay and Silent Bob get in a fight with this gang, and to appease them, they're singing the Fat Albert theme song. Hey, 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 it's Fat Albert. You know, that's a really fun scene. Great cast too: Ben Affleck, Matt Damon, Linda Fiorentino, Chris Rock, Salma Hayek, Alan Rickman. May rest in peace, Alan Rickman. But yeah, great DVD for Dogma. Really great DVD. And it's also one of my favorites of his. Then my favorite of the Kevin Smith films for me is Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. 2-disc version. Has a commentary on here. And the best thing on here is the deleted scenes, which are very funny. And I'll tell you what, one of my favorite scenes in the movie is when Jay and Silent Bob get to Los Angeles and they encounter Tracy Morgan, and then they're talking to Tracy Morgan, and then Tracy Morgan says, "I don't know what the fuck you just said, little kid, but you're special. You touch my heart." I love Tracy Morgan in that one little bit. But great movie, Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. Definitely Kevin Smith's version of The Avengers, in my opinion. Then we get on to the next film he did, Jersey Girl. Now, Jersey Girl, I would probably say was Kevin Smith's first little step backwards from his other films. But I don't hate the film. I think it's okay. It's decent, but I wouldn't say it's a favorite of mine. But even if you don't like the film, get this DVD for the features, especially for the 2 commentaries. One is with Kevin Smith and Ben Affleck, which is really funny, and another one with Kevin Smith, Scott Mosier, and Jason Mewes on it as a special guest. But the movie is okay, but it's not like one I go back and watch a lot. But the DVD is worth having for the features, especially the 2 commentaries. Then Clerks 2, great DVD, the 2-disc edition, 3 commentaries, and disc 2 has a great 90-minute documentary on the making of the movie, bloopers. And this was really the end of the golden era for Kevin Smith, because I like Kevin Smith's other stuff like Red State and things like that, but this is his golden era of films, you know, from Clerks, Mallrats, Chasing Amy, Dogma, Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, and Clerks 2. Those were his golden era films. And this is a great sequel, very funny, also has a really good heart to it. I think all the actors do great in it. Excellent film. Then Zack and Miri, also known as Zack and Miri Make a Porno. This was a film that when I first saw, I wasn't too much of a fan of it, but when I rewatched it again, I actually really enjoyed the film a lot more, and have enjoyed it since then. So it's a pretty good flick. But I wouldn't say it's up to par with, the Clerks and Clerks 2 of Kevin Smith. But this is still a pretty damn funny movie. I think Jason Mewes easily is the best character in the movie. He's pretty damn hilarious. One of the first Kevin Smith films that doesn't have a commentary, but it does have a really good documentary on the making of. But I like Zack and Miri. So those are all the films that I have that he directed. Now a couple miscellaneous things. But Vulgar, which Kevin Smith just produced for his friend Brian Johnson. Pretty interesting flick. I mainly got this for the fun commentary track, and the documentary from Dogma is on here, because they couldn't put it on the other DVD, but that's why I mainly got this. And it's actually a pretty good exploitation film. That's what it's really trying to be. And another one that he just produced is Drawing Flies, filmed in black and white. It's a pretty good flick, directed by Malcolm Ingram, who's friends with Kevin Smith. And I know this is on Blu-ray. I want to get this at some point because it has more features. But this has a really fun commentary on here with Malcolm Ingram, Matt Gissing, and Kevin Smith, Scott Mosier, Jason Lee, Jason Mewes, Renee Humphrey, and Carmen Lee, who were all in Mallrats. This was right after Mallrats. But I like Drawing Flies. Now this right here, pretty cool thing I have here. Clerks the Animated Series. I bought this used at FYE, and I couldn't believe, it looks like someone wrote on it, and it was autographed by Kevin Smith. So apparently, I guess someone owned this before and got it signed by Kevin Smith and just decided to sell it. I got it for like $1. So I'm like, hey, I got a Kevin Smith autograph, and this is out of print as well. So good find on that front. But this was a series that was on ABC that only lasted 6 episodes, and then they got canceled. And the commentary on here is a lot of fun with Kevin Smith, Scott Mosier, Dave Mandel, Chris Bailey, Brian O'Halloran, Jeff Anderson, and Jason Mewes talking about how ABC, screwed them over and them bitching and whining about it. It's pretty damn fun commentary. And the last thing I have here of Kevin Smith is the only evening with Kevin Smith I have, but An Evening with Kevin Smith. This is the first one that he did. Around 2000, this was 2002. This was right after Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. This is the one where he talks about when he worked on the script for Superman Lives that they were going to do back in the 90s with Nick Cage that Tim Burton was going to direct, and the whole idea. He told a story about Prince and how one of the guys, I think one of the producers, wanted a giant spider in the third act in the Superman Lives documentary, and they used that idea for Wild Wild West with Will Smith, weirdly enough. But this is a really good evening with. I need to get the other ones like Evening Harder and a three evening with Kevin Smith. So I got to get those at some point. But that's my entire Kevin Smith collection. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Talking about all the features and things like that. So hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. You guys take care.